All hail.
I've been meaning to make a video on the use of the term dead horse subject as it pertains to YouTube ranting videos for a wee while now. You see, when it comes to the old dirt potato Dustin Nunn, I have made a lot of videos on dumb shit Dusty, tearing him apart, making fun of him. It's either been serious rants on him or just absolutely taking the piss out of him because, let's be honest, it's extremely easy to do. But some of the people within my social circle, or some of the people within their social circle, or people I'm not friends with anymore, or whoever, would throw up a flag saying, yo, that's a dead horse subject. It wasn't a lot of people, it was a small handful of people, but they were still trying to claim Dustin was a dead horse subject. One or two of them, I think, just didn't like the fact that the criticisms I was throwing at Dustin could apply to them too. But they were calling Dustin a dead horse subject for some reason, and I wholeheartedly disagreed because it wasn't like he'd stopped with what he was doing. He'd stopped for a wee while, but then somehow the content he was making got worse. And so I felt the need to speak up and say my piece because what he was saying was getting worse and it was getting more ignorant, and I wasn't going to tolerate that shit. So then the other day, Repzion uploads a video where he mentions that he's getting sued by Onision, and the general gist was he got a letter saying that Onision's suing a bunch of people, or he's going through the courts and going through the process of suing some people, or something. I had a click because obviously, you know, new Onision content, even now in 2023, it's got Onision's name on it, you can guarantee somebody's going to click on it. But the general gist was that Onision's trying to go after Repzion because of things Repzion said about him in the past. So I'm watching the video and I'm like, yeah, okay, interesting. I wonder if I could upload a video giving my take on this. And then I realised, hang on, who the fuck cares? Like, as far as it pertains to Repzion, obviously it's something that involves Repzion, so he's going to talk about it and he's going to upload a video. But the reality is, Onision is, in 2023, nearly 2024, a dead horse subject. Because what has he done of note really recently? What is there to talk about when it pertains to Onision? Everything that needs to be said about the guy has been said about the guy. I may be making an outrageous statement here, but as far as YouTube personalities go, I don't think there are too many people that have been responsible for the amount of vitriol and hatred Onision has. To a point, the man has been studied and studied and studied and dissected and pulled apart and analysed. And, you know, a lot of people, myself included, have made a lot of videos on Onision. In fact, a lot of my friends, like some guy at 27, their bread and butter for a while was Onision. Stevie's well known as being the Onision guy, you know. His bread and butter was anti-Onision content. And a lot of the mutuals I've got with Stevie, their bread and butter for a while was Onision content. You know, you couldn't turn somewhere on YouTube in 2013, 14, 15 without hitting an Onision video. It was a fucking, you know, wasn't too hard to go on a deep dive and go down that rabbit hole about Onision. And even after then, you know, I would say the last major Onision controversy was the thing about him destroying wetlands behind his house. I made a video on that and that blew up, and that's, I think, my second highest watched video on this channel. I know Steve Trowbridge made a video on the same subject, and I think that might be Steve's most viewed video. But apart from the whole Chris Hansen thing, and even then I'd argue that amounted to a whole pile of nothing, what's the last big Onision controversy that anybody can think of? And that's a rhetorical question before anybody fucking jumps in with, I think it's a rhetorical question. The reality is, has there really been any massive Onision news in a long while? What's the last relevant thing Onision's done? Onision ain't shit on this platform anymore. His channels aren't monetized. His Patreon's been shut down. Nobody is really paying attention to anything fucking Onision has done or is doing. And whatever he is doing, it's business as usual. It's the same old shit. Everybody knows Onision's a cunt. Everybody knows Onision is a fucking scumbag, and everybody knows that Onision is the worst case scenario for YouTube fame. But at the end of the day, what relevance does he have in 2023? Onision is not the fucking same subject with the same amount of relevance he had maybe fucking 8, 9, 10 years ago. Yeah, as I say, people will click on a video if it's to do with Onision, but his name doesn't carry the weight it used to. There's no point in really going after Onision. There's no point in making a video about Repzion getting sued by Onision, because at the end of the day, what relevance does Onision have? Onision is, by definition, a dead horse subject. I mean, there are plenty of other topics that I could bring up that I've personally done that I'd consider dead horse subjects. Now, those subjects I'll reference in my videos as it pertains to the time frame I made the video in. Just for example, off the top of my head, Freely the Banana Girl and Jurian Rider. There'd be no point in me making a video about Freely or Jurian Rider in 2023, 2024, unless they did something massively scummy as it pertains to the then and now. But the last time those two fuckwits did anything massively controversial is 2015, when I made my videos on them. I don't think anybody would particularly give a shit if I made a video today about Freely and Jurian Rider just for shits and giggles. You look at a lot of rant channels such as mine. The subjects that we have made videos about over the years have changed. A lot of the subjects we made videos on fucking 8, 9, 10 years ago, nobody gives a shit about anymore. And if they do give a shit about them now, they're not as relevant as they were back then. And it wouldn't make any sense to pull a video out of my ass now. Caden Carger's another one. For shits and giggles, I just decided to do a bit of YouTube foo on Caden Carger and what he's up to now. He's nuked his old channel. There's fuck all in the way of Caden Carger available on YouTube anymore. Except he's uploading a bunch of him reading religious sermons, and he's turned off the retarded fucking radio voice. Apart from that, Caden Carger's is as irrelevant as humanly possible. Those videos don't even get views. That's how much nobody fucking cares about Caden Carger in late 2023. Onision's a dead horse subject, and these people are dead horse subjects simply because cow's been milked dry, there's nothing more to talk about, they've been pulled apart, disassembled, studied and whatever, as I say, and there's nothing new to be said about them. The only real merits they have is potentially for clicks, and even then, who cares? Like, I could have whipped out the camera and gone, right, so Onision's suing Repzion. Onision's a cunt because of this. Onision's a cunt because of that. We know. Everybody knows what Onision's like. It's not like you're bringing in new people going, I didn't know this about Onision. I watch his videos all the time. No. It's going to get one of two reactions. Either, oh, yo, okay, new Onision video, let's see what the fuck what's up to now. Yep, okay, cool. Or, why the fuck are you making a video about Onision now? Who gives a shit? So yeah, you can't say that somebody is a dead horse subject when what they're doing is relevant in the here and now. Going, hey, this cunt did this and it's relevant to the then and now, perfectly fine. A-okay. If it's pertinent to current events, sweet. If not, dead horse. And again, Onision is the prime example, because what new information are you bringing? What more is there to be said? What new are you bringing to the table? It's pointless. Onision is the definition of a dead horse subject. There's nothing more that can or needs to be said. And that's just the way it is. I'm Damian Skyfire. Till next time.